The first 10 seconds will be a highly engaging hook for the audience. Imagine a path suspended over a raging abyss of fire. It's thinner than a hair and sharper than a sword. This is the Bridge of Sirat, a crossing every soul must face on the day of judgment. The question isn't if you'll face it, but will you cross? This is a journey that begins with your final breath, but is determined by the life you live today. Will your deeds be the light that guides your feet, or will they be the weight that pulls you down into the depths below? Stay with me as we explore one of the most profound and terrifying realities of the afterlife in Islam. The Bridge of Sirat is a concept that strikes both awe and fear into the hearts of believers. Described in various hadiths, the sayings and traditions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, it is the final decisive obstacle that stands between humanity and their ultimate destination. After the Great Reckoning, where every deed, every word, every intention is weighed on the Mizan, the scales of justice, all of humanity will be gathered before this bridge. It is stretched over the very heart of Jahannam, or hellfire. Its description is chilling. Finer than a hair, sharper than a sword, and cloaked in a profound darkness. There will be no light on that day except for the light that each soul brings with them, a light generated from their faith and righteous actions in this worldly life. How does one traverse such a perilous path? The speed and ease of your crossing are directly proportional to the quality of your life on earth. The most righteous, those whose lives were devoted to Allah and the betterment of humanity, will cross in the blink of an eye, like a flash of lightning. Others will cross with the speed of the wind, some like swift horses, and others like running men. Their faith acts as a brilliant beacon, illuminating the treacherous path ahead and keeping their footing sure. The prophets and the most pious will have already crossed, standing on the other side, praying for the safety of their followers, calling out, "O Allah, grant them safety, grant them safety." For others, the journey will not be so swift. Their light will be dimmer, flickering on and off, reflecting the wavering state of their faith and the mixture of good and bad deeds they performed. They will stumble and struggle, crawling on their hands and knees, their progress agonizingly slow. Along the sides of this bridge are sharp, grasping hooks and thorns, known as kalalib, which will snatch and pull at people according to their sins. These represent the transgressions that were not repented for, the injustices that were not rectified. For some, these hooks will merely scratch and injure them as they painstakingly make their way across. But for others, those whose sins outweigh their good deeds and whose hearts were devoid of sincere faith, these hooks will succeed in pulling them from the path. They will lose their footing and plummet into the roaring abyss of hellfire below. This terrifying image serves as a powerful and constant reminder for Muslims about the consequences of their actions. It is not meant simply to instill fear, but to foster a deep sense of accountability and mindfulness. Every choice we make, from the smallest act of kindness to the most significant life decision, contributes to our journey across that bridge. Are we building a legacy of light with our prayers, our charity, our honesty, and our compassion? Or are we accumulating the weight of darkness with our heedlessness, our arrogance, and our transgressions? The Bridge of Sirat transforms the abstract concept of divine justice into a tangible, visceral reality. It emphasizes that salvation is not a passive inheritance, but an active pursuit, earned through a life of conscious submission to God. So, as you go about your day, remember the bridge. Let it be a motivation to be better, to do better. Let the thought of that crossing inspire you to be more patient with your family, more honest in your dealings, and more generous to those in need. Each good deed you perform is another lamp you are lighting for your future self, another step you are securing on that razor-sharp path. The crossing is inevitable for every soul. The real question we must ask ourselves every single day is, are we preparing to cross with the speed of light, or are we risking the fall?